Hey guys, still figuring out here? I do Marvel Legends comparison between Hasbro, Toybiz and also non-authentic Marvel Legends figures, so do subscribe to my channel to check out my videos. In this video, I'm going to share with you my Doctor Doom collection. I think this is pretty much all of the Doctor Dooms by Hasbro. I did not include Doombot because, it's a robot, and also that I don't have the figure. So yeah, these are the 4 Doctor Doom figures that I have in his green classic attire. So over here is from the Toybiz Series 2. This is from the Ronan BAF wave from early Hasbro. This is from the Return of Marvel Legends Epic Heroes wave. And over here is the most recent one from the Skrull BAF wave. All of them are in his classic green attire. All 4 of them comes with a handgun in their holsters, and the Toybiz Doctor Doom comes with a castle diorama, which I do not have it. The Epic Heroes wave comes with this figure stand, and the latest one comes with an alternate head and also a pair of fists. Between the 4 of them, these 2 are actually repaints of each other, so the 2 of them are actually exactly the same except for the color of the figure. Let's take a look at the Toybiz Doom. So here's the Toybiz Doctor Doom. I think his face is really quite great. It's really detailed, and it has the black wash. And his mask actually comes off to reveal this face over here. Next up, Ronan Doom. I think the face of this figure is not as detailed as the Toybiz. In terms of the color, it looks very plain, although there are some sculpted details over here. And also that the face is kind of different in color from the neck. Now you can see that this neck actually has a good silver paintwork, but the face itself, the mask itself is kind of very plastic grey, and it can also be taken off to reveal a very distorted version of his face, a very scarred version. Kind of reminds me of Deadpool actually. Next is the Epic Heroes, and like I mentioned earlier, this is actually the same as the Ronan version. This time around, the silver is better painted. You can see that the sculpt actually looks better over this more silverish paintwork, and also the face is the same, and he even has kind of a smirk on his face. And last but not least, the latest version of Doctor Doom. This version over here has the hood glued together to the head. So yeah, and he doesn't have an unmasked version. His alternate head is also the same in the case that it's also glued to the head. Yeah, this is the more modern version, and this is the more classic version with all the rivets and bolts on the face. Looking at these 3 unmasked head, it's really great that the mask can be taken off, and all 3 of them has an interesting take on the face. Although the Ronan and the Epic Heroes wave have the same head, the different paintwork does make them look a little bit different, with the smirk more obvious on the Epic Heroes Doctor Doom. And between these 4 masked heads, I think the Toybiz one does a decent job with the black wash and the very highly detailed face, but I definitely like the newer Hasbro face too, with all the details and the sculpt, except that the hood is glued to the head. Next up is the cape. So this is the cape of the Toybiz Doctor Doom. You can see that the gold over here is kind of very faded and it's not really shiny. And this over here is the Ronan wave and the Epic Heroes wave. So there is also this gold part over here that is at the front part of the cape. And definitely the nicest would be from Hasbro over here. Look at this detail on the chains. This is definitely so much better than those earlier versions, which are totally plain. And also I prefer the green of this new Doctor Doom better too. Next up, the belt. So the Toybiz Doctor Doom has a very classic looking belt. Ronin Wave Doctor Doom has the letter D for the buckle. Epic Heroes Doctor Doom is the same as the Ronin, so it also has the D at the buckle. But the best is definitely the newest Doctor Doom. Look at the intricate design and sculpt of the belt up close. I think it really looks great. Next, the length of the tunic is also different. This is definitely his classic look, which is the very short tunic. And the Ronin and the Epic Heroes also has the short tunic, but the latest Doom has the longer version, which is kind of his more modern look. Next, for the silver paintwork, for the Toybiz, he has a shiny silver paintwork with a lot of black wash. And I feel that it's just a bit too much black wash that he actually looks kind of dirty. Look at that. Yeah, so too much black wash to me for the Toybiz version. For the Ronin version, it's a bit too plastic. The grey is really kind of like flat and matte. And the grey really looks plastic. The Epic Heroes Doctor Doom is quite decent. You can see that the silver paint is definitely more shiny than that of the Ronin. And the latest Doom is definitely the best to me. It's really shiny and yeah, it just looks great overall. The silver paintwork. And between the four of them, I definitely prefer the green of the latest Doctor Doom. The Epic Heroes and the Toybiz green are also quite similar, but this Ronin Wave Doctor Doom's green is really different from the rest. These are the four handguns from the Doctor Doom figures, and the Toybiz version is the most different with the silver gun and with a brown handle. The other three are all black and they do look similar to each other. And check out the holsters over here. The Toybiz doesn't have a cover to the holster. The Ronin Wave is really plain looking. The Epic Heroes Doctor Doom's holster looks really great with kind of a leathery look. And this latest Doctor Doom definitely has the best holster. Look at the D which is sculpted into the holster. It really looks good. So next up is the jetpacks at the back of the figure. So you can see that all of them has a pair of jetpacks at the back, but only the latest one actually has holes for you to insert some blast effect that you can use from other characters. I've seen some of them do it and it really actually looks awesome that you can put the blast effect into the hole over here. The rest of the Dooms do not have the holes at the jetpack. There, you can see that it is just sculpted and that's it. Same goes for the Toybiz version. And lastly, I really like how detailed the latest Doctor Doom is. You can see over here at the arms, all the rivets and the screws all along the arms, all the way down to the gloves. Same goes for the other side. And also the feet, like I mentioned just now. The amount of details over here, look at the buckle on the calf. And also again, the rivets or the screws along the armor, all the way down to the feet. Even this part over here has some sculpted texture to it. Same goes for the elbows over here. So yeah, this latest Doctor Doom is really great. You can see how plain looking the Epic Heroes and the Ronin Doctor Doom is. Well, not really that plain, but it is definitely not the same standard as the new Doctor Doom. And the Toybiz one looks more simple than the other two figures. Okay, look at how plain the legs are compared to the latest Doctor Doom. Articulation. So the Toybiz version is the least articulated between the three of them. It has a waist swivel, no ab crunch or diaphragm joint. It has a single hinge elbow joint with a bicep swivel. It has a single hinge knee joint as well. Okay, the arm goes up reasonably well. It has a rotating wrist, and of course these hinge joint fingers. And the feet actually looks kind of small compared to the figure. Yeah, the feet. Hinge joint up and down. No rotation left and right. Not much. Just a teeny weeny bit of movement left and right like this. And of course the toe hinge. The Ronin and the Epic Heroes Doctor Doom has a waist swivel. It also has a diaphragm joint. It goes up and down. There is no bicep swivel. It also has a single hinge joint, but there is a swivel joint as well at the elbow. There is no wrist articulation, but there is a calf swivel joint. The leg goes apart like this, and it also has a single hinge knee joint with a swivel peg as well. Hinge downwards for the foot, and also swivel left and right. So I think this is actually quite a weird articulation for Hasbro. But then again, the early Hasbro really has some weird articulation. Some of them have good articulation. This Doom, not really. So here's the latest one. Definitely has the best articulation among the rest. Look at the amount of split that he can do, even with his longer tunic. Double hinge elbow joint, double hinge knee joint. There is no diaphragm joint, but there is this joint along the waist over here, which is a ball joint, I think. So it can rotate left and right, and he can also kind of bend forward and back at the waist joint over here. So yeah, the head goes up and down quite well also. Bicep swivel, and there is a wrist hinge and swivel joint. So yeah, this is definitely the best articulated Doctor Doom so far. But of course, all this articulation will be kind of wasted when they put on their capes, their hard capes. Huh, yeah. And also for this Doctor Doom, he has a neck joint whereby the neck can actually rotate left and right. So this is the ball peg joint for the head, right? You can see that the neck over here, there, this neck part over here actually can rotate. There. Yeah. So yeah, this is something which is new. And also here's a look at the two different heads. The one on the left is the classic version with all the rivets and bolts on his face, and on the one on the right is his more modern look. So here's a size comparison with Mr. Fantastic. I think the scale is quite decent, Mr. Fantastic being a bit smaller than the Doctor Doom. And here's Captain America. His height is about the same as Doctor Doom. So which Doctor Doom do you prefer? Do you still prefer the Toybiz Doctor Doom or Epic Heroes Doctor Doom? Or do you agree with me that the latest Doctor Doom from the Skrull BAF wave is the best? And do stay tuned for more comparison videos. Hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, check out these pictures that are rolling right now all the way to the end, and stay tuned for more videos.